There are moments in science when silence becomes louder than any explosion. And this was one of them. What triggered the alarm wasn't a supernova, an asteroid, or a newborn galaxy. It was silence itself. The James Webb Space Telescope, stationed nearly 1 million miles from Earth, was mapping what astronomers assumed to be empty space. A dark sector between galaxies dismissed as a barren void. But what Webb found there changed everything. In the stillest corner of the universe, it detected something that didn't emit light. Didn't reflect it. Instead, it devoured it. And then, more disturbing, it moved. Slowly. Deliberately. As if aware of being watched. This was no star, no black hole, no comet. It was something else. Something that reacted. Something that remembered. And perhaps, something that thinks. The mystery began during a deep field survey near the Eridani supervoid, a region famous for its unexplained cold spots. While calibrating Webb's sensors, astronomers noticed an anomaly too symmetrical to be natural, yet too irregular to be artificial. Instead of galaxies or gas clouds, Webb revealed a perfect circle of nothingness. No starlight escaped it. No gravitational lensing curved around it. It was as if reality itself had been cut away. Imagine dropping ink into clear water, only to watch the water vanish. That's what the data showed, not emptiness, but the absence of physical awe. Some speculated it was an exotic black hole. But there were no X-rays, no gravitational ripples. Just a cold stillness. Then the perimeter began to shift, not like orbiting matter, but like something breathing. Light echoes revealed a disturbing pattern. The distortions followed prime numbers, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11. It wasn't random. It was signaling. But not through radio or infrared. It was bending spacetime itself. Webb's instruments recorded tiny shifts with every pulse, nudges in reality. A violation of physics, or worse, a mockery of it. Experts concluded these weren't natural emissions. They were intentional. No star or pulsar behaves this way. The precision was deliberate. The rhythm undeniable. Some suggested it wasn't alive but aware. Weeks later, the anomaly shifted again. Not drifting, not accelerating, blinking. One moment here, the next fractionally displaced, as if skipping across dimensions. A structure the size of a moon behaving like a quantum particle. When its movements were plotted, they formed a spiral. A spiral pointing toward Earth. By the 4th month, the question was no longer what it was, but what it wanted. The ripples around it formed fractals, patterns echoing neural pathways. And they adapted to Webb's perspective, as though adjusting to observation. Scientists named it responsive geometry. Artificial intelligence trained on the data glitched endlessly before producing one word: recognized. This wasn't a discovery. It was a reply. Soon, another anomaly surfaced. A faint radiation field synchronized with the pulses. Not random static, but layered like chords of music. Some called it the song of the void. Others warned, it wasn't broadcasting, it was listening. Hidden in the timing sequence was something even stranger, the Ulam prime spiral. When mapped in 3D, it formed a double helix. Nearly identical to human DNA. The intervals even matched our own genetic code. It was as if the anomaly knew us, before we ever saw it. And then came the silence. Public data streams delayed. Access logs erased. Scientists vanished from projects. Agencies grew vague and secretive. Leaks hinted at closed-door meetings between space agencies and private companies. Not because the object was attacking, but because no one could prove it wasn't already here. On the 48th day of observation, it disappeared. The pulses ended. But before fading, Webb captured a final image, a shape. Not a shadow. Not a distortion. A structure, symmetrical, angular, composed of triangles, circles, and lines woven into a recursive sigil. It lasted just 3 frames. Then, nothing. Since then, there has been no reappearance. Only silence. Only the possibility that what Webb found never left at all. So what did Webb uncover? A cosmic sentinel? A dimensional beacon? A message meant only for those advanced, or reckless, enough to notice. Perhaps the universe isn't a stage but a mirror. And perhaps, after staring into it long enough, something on the other side has begun to stare back. This is no longer just astronomy. It is a conversation written in silence, geometry, and rhythm. And the question we're left with is not whether it's speaking to us, but whether it's warning us. Because Webb didn't just look deeper into space. It may have opened a door. And whatever waits beyond it may change not just how we see the universe,